Welcome to another marvelous episode of College Football Showdown. I am the governor of college football, and with me, as always, my co-pilot, Jalen Wilson. Jalen, I'm ready to get right into the conversation. We got a lot going on in the wonderful world of college football as, spring camps begin and commence. Also, we got the spring meetings coming up, but there's been a lot of blows being thrown. You have a lot of conference fighting, in various conferences, but we're going to kick this one off with Texas Tech Regent Chairman Cody Campbell and Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark sound off. They've gotten to it. They don't agree with the ideologies, and this is what I'll say. I'll introduce it to everyone. Pretty much, the chairman Cody Campbell is saying like, "Yo, Friday nights are sacred in Texas. Texas did not have a Friday night game last year, so Friday night lights are for high school ball." That's what his complaint is. He's saying it's pretty much for football, and that Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark works for us. We don't work for him. So he's putting his foot down. We all know Texas Tech is a team that everybody is talking about as pertains to success in the Big 12 this year. That's the school that we eyeball because all of the money that they have spent in order to become a successful school. Brett Yormark replies and said he isn't the commissioner of the Big 12. So I think you have two solid sides here. Brett Yormark letting his nuts drag. Texas Tech Regents Chairman, Cody Campbell, letting his nuts drag. I think this is a hot topic because in Texas, yes, high school football is king on Friday nights, but ratings is important. I think Brett Yormark has done an outstanding job since he became the commissioner of the Big 12, and it's money. Exactly. We talk about the TV networks all the time. How do you feel about this? If you had to pick a side, whose side are you on? And tell me why you're on that side.
I mean, TCU, I thought played a Friday night game last year.
I appreciate it, brother.
Am I wrong? Did
What?
TCU not play a Friday night game?
TCU did. Texas Tech did not.
Okay.
So So yes, there are Texas schools that have played on a Friday night.
So
But
I don't see the problem. Like we can clearly have Friday games.
right.
Texas Tech just sound like they don't want to play on Friday. They just want to play on Saturdays. Don't know
Yeah,
why, but
yeah, I think it's one of those things like what, like once upon a time what Alabama was to the SEC, what Ohio State, and I would say Michigan, but what like Ohio State and Oregon is to the Big Ten. When you're a bigger school, you have more flexibility in what you can say,
Texas
and
Tech
you
not a bigger school.
in the Big 12 right now it is. No school in that conference is spending the amount of money it is. They just made it to the college football playoff. They're going to strike it while the iron's hot. We just won a conference last year. Listen, these are our complaints. And Brett Yormark, I'm on Brett Yormark's side of this thing, and I get it. I don't live in Texas, so I don't understand. Even Boomer has told me like what Friday nights are like in Oklahoma, in Norman, in the surrounding area. So I can only imagine what it's like in Texas. That's not like that here. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at.
Yeah, it's not like that here either. High
Yeah,
school football is important if you're in a small town, but if you're in
yeah,
a city like Chicago, it's not that important.
right.
I mean, even here, it's not even that important. Like they got a big. We had the number. We were a top. The high school I went to, we were a top team at one point
Mm-hmm.
this year.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really went to their games. I went to a couple of games early on, but I didn't
Right.
get no games whenever they start losing. Even the high school basketball team, they were top 8 in the state, and they were begging people to like, oh yeah, hey, y'all need to come out support because in the state of Illinois, that's just it. High school sports isn't a big thing anymore
Right.
unless you're
Maybe
in a small
basketball
town.
is maybe.
Yeah, basketball still is,
Depending on how
but depending
big.
on
Yeah.
yeah,
I think how it is here. I remember when Eleanor Roosevelt had their immaculate run in 2004. The games were played on Saturdays. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? So, like, I understand what Cody Campbell is saying, but I think the approach is 1,000% wrong. Like, this is a guy who saves your conference. Big 12 could have ended up like Pac 12. I think the only difference is that it's in the South, so the care for football is stronger than what we've seen with the Pac 12. But Brett Yormark did a damn good job and should be applauded for saving that conference the way that George Kliavkoff could not save his conference. So I'm with Brett Yormark here. I was wondering where you were at. It's difficult though because Texas Tech in my opinion, right now. And like they're kind of running them, and it's not just from yes, they were successful recently standpoint. It's the money that we see coming out of Lubbock, and they're willing to spend money. It's a football town, but I think the approach is wrong. And maybe he wanted this type of reaction from Brett Yormark. I'm just interested to see what the spring meetings look like. And you know how they say, like, you work for the people? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've always said that. I said I do more listening now as a general manager than I ever did when I was an assistant or just an associate or a lower level manager. You do a lot of but sometimes you gotta just let them off. Dude, I am the commissioner. I kind of know what I'm doing here. We were able to expand when the SEC and the Big Ten were expanding. We also expanded, and I think that's one of the things that crossed my mind. So I understand where Cody Campbell was coming from. Maybe I don't, because I don't live in Texas. I don't understand the Friday night
I
lights
do.
thing.
Like, because Texas, we all know Texas is like a big
Right.
football state,
Right.
especially in high school. Like, some of the high schools have a crazy campus.
And it's fairness. Like, you guys have the biggest brand in the
Actually,
conference right now.
I got a story.
Go ahead.
Person I work with, he lived in Colorado. He lived in Texas. He said when he was in Texas, his schools had no lockers because they used money to fund the football team.
Get the hell out of here.
Yes, he said they had no
That's
lockers.
that's backwards. That's backwards, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's backwards,
Yeah.
cuz.
And
Like,
he,
that
he
is
don't he don't watch sports, so he don't understand it. He was like, I guess they care more about the athletic stuff than they did like other school stuff. I'm like,
right.
yeah, that's Texas for you.
Yeah, that is preposterous.
And he and
Lockers.
he didn't go to a small. He went to a school. NBA player went there or NFL player. Oh man, what is his name? Goodness, and he's not a bad player. He wasn't a bad player too. He was a pretty solid player.
We had lockers
Oh,
in
he
elementary school, man. I mean,
we didn't have like an elementary, but well, we
for
did,
real.
but they was in the classroom. They wasn't in the school.
Oh,
School
you
like
had
they
the
was in the
Cubbies?
classroom.
They treated y'all like
But
kindergartners.
we had the Cubbies in kindergarten and first grade. But by the time we got to like third grade, we had lockers in the
Lockers in the
classroom.
classroom? Nah, we had lockers
Yeah.
on the outside, bro. I used to keep my play shoes in there for when it was time for recess and PE, man, because I couldn't mess up my
Oh,
Barry Sanders, man.
yeah. But yeah, he went to school with a future NFL player.
And no lockers in the high school.
Yeah, and I
With
was
the
like, that
amount
ain't
of theft that
surprising.
happens, that that
Yeah,
that that is crazy. So yeah,
and
definitely. Go
it
ahead.
wasn't a small high school either. It was a decent sized high school that was kind of known.
So where do people keep
But
their stuff at? In like a bag, or
yeah, I guess they just walk around with the book bag.
they didn't have a clear bag policy back then?
Probably not.
Did you guys have a clear bag policy?
We had to have our
Did y'all wear
we,
uniforms?
we had uniforms. We had polo. We had to have blue, black, gray, or white polos, and then black or tan pants.
They did them
Cause,
joints at elementary for like
Cause
a
people was getting
year.
made fun of, so they was like, "Oh yeah, we gonna have
Yeah,
y'all
that's why
wear."
they do it, and they can also tell who's a student and who isn't a student. That's another reason
Yeah,
why they do it.
but we just had to put the backpacks in the locker. They
Oh,
wouldn't
okay.
no hoodies, no backpacks
They
around
did
the
them at
school.
elementary school for about a year, and nobody listened to it, bro. So I
Yeah.
was like, Mom,
So
ain't nobody wearing the uniforms. We don't gotta wear the uniforms. My mom said, all right, like,
yeah. So basically, yeah, like high school is important. High school athletics is important in Texas, but Texas Tech, bro, y'all at this point y'all medium fish. Y'all not big fish yet. Like chill out. Like
but
y'all
they
don't
want to
run the
be.
Big 12. Yeah,
They
they
want
want
to
to be, but
right.
they not Texas or Oklahoma when they was in the Big 12. Y'all just made the college football playoffs.
Right, but that's what
Chill
they
out.
want to be though. That's what they want to be, and I think that's where we start to run into issues. So I definitely wanted to open up. I was reading that this
Fine girl in
morning.
an ugly city.
Exactly. I was reading this morning. Ross Dellinger had posted it. Shout out to Ross Dellinger with On Three and Yahoo. And I'm like, this is crazy. We gotta talk about this on the show today. Alrighty, up next, ghost transfers are something that my boy Jalen wanted to talk about. We see the emergency legislation from I don't even know if it was from the NCAA. Is this from the NCAA
I
technically?
I, I thought it was from the NCAA, if I'm not mistaken.
I got a question before we get into the nooks and crannies of this discussion.
Okay.
Why does the NCAA choose certain things that those are the hills that they're willing to die on? We saw eligibility. Now we're talking about ghost transfers. It seems like their punishments are more player oriented, and it does affect the teams as well. But it always seems like their punishment is more player oriented
because
over
they still
team
want control of
program.
the players.
Okay,
They
okay,
they want they
that makes
still want to
sense.
seem like they have control of the players like they had 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years. Like they still want to seem like they have somewhat control of the players, even if it's not as much as what it used to be.
Right.
They still want to have that power. It's like it's like when somebody become the boss and they get the power tripping. It's like they still kind of want that power over you. And it's like
Right. Yeah.
it's like you don't have that much power over us anymore.
Nah, that's a fact, and I couldn't agree with you more. So I'll go into a little bit of detail here, but before, and I have a couple of other questions, but I do want your opinion before I get to those questions. So the cabinet passed emergency rules April 1st, 2026, effective immediately, applies to all transfers on or after February 25th. Keep something in your mind. I thought the portal was open like from the 2nd to the 16th. I don't know why. I don't know if I
Honestly, I
was
don't
an
know when the
idiot.
portal's open anymore.
Yeah, it was
Like,
supposed to just be January 2nd through January 16th. And I don't know if I'm
yeah.
an idiot for believing it, but I thought that it was firm. Like, it closes on the 16th. Maybe you have a week or two before school opens, and then boom, you enroll, and then you go to your classes. There's people who's just signing the teams. Like, did they just not have a semester of
Well,
school this year?
cause I think it's like a thing to where if you got the paperwork done at a certain time, they can still technically be committed after the portal close. Like it might close on the 16th, but the paperwork was done on the
I see what you're
15th at
saying.
11:59 p.m.
I see what you're saying.
So, as long as
So,
the paperwork turned in, they can still kind of be good even afterwards. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's how it's set up.
yeah, I think you're right. So, what is a ghost transfer, if you're wondering what we're talking about? It's players bypassing the portal entirely, withdrawing from one school, manually enrolling at another without ever entering the portal. Why does it matter? Because while a player is not listed in a portal, coaches and programs are prohibited from recruiting them. Ghost transfers let players or programs work through pretty much back channels to get it. One of the first instances I've seen of this was Xavier Lucas, Wisconsin cornerback. You remember him, transferred,
Hmm.
and I think
From
it was
Wisconsin,
honestly a
yeah,
true reason that they lost in the championship this year. Like because I think because of a hit, he was out for like the
yeah.
first
Well, yeah.
quarter
Was
of
he
the
the one
first
that missed the
half.
first half? Yeah.
Yeah, of the national championship. And then I think about Jake Retzlaff, who broke the honor code at BYU, unenrolled, and then enrolled at Tulane and ended up in a Big Easy of there. So this is something that we've talked about before. Like this is not new to us. I'm glad they put a name on it because I didn't know what to call it at first. I think I'm just calling withdrawing and enrolling. But I knew this was going to be a problem. I wish I had a video queued up of the evidence that I said this is going to be a problem because there's nothing there.
You could probably
So
find it.
is this effective April 1st? So any activities that you did before then are allowed? Like this is where things get very like, okay,
Semantic.
yeah,
Like
yeah, like, or is it effective?
technically, technically, I entered the port, or did this when in this became at this date. But I entered the port, or I actually withdrew from Illinois
On this
on
date,
the,
they just took
on the
forever with the
28th.
paperwork.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, like
So what's your thoughts on this? Before I'm about to fire a bunch of questions at you, so I need to calm down. What are
and
your
then they'll
thoughts
take it
on?
to court, KTK figure out that because then they'll be like, well, we don't know what to do, so we
And
just gonna
how
take it to
much
court.
litigation is the NCAA willing
Yeah.
to put up with if they're dealing with being sued 100 times in a fiscal year? Yes, they're a cash cow and they're making money, but how much do you want to go through all of this crap that they're going through? So, talk to me about your overall thought on ghost transfers. Should it be allowed? And we'll get into some of the penalties and stuff a little bit later.
I don't think it should be allowed. Like it should be if you plan on not playing football, but you're an athlete. You have to enter the portal. You have to go through every step. Like it shouldn't a ghost transfer shouldn't be allowed. Like as long as you're an athlete and you go to a different school and you intend to be an athlete, you got to enter the portal. It makes no sense for me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna withdraw academically,
Right.
and then
Right.
I'm actually transfer over to Miami and enroll there academically. Oh yeah, let me go to the football team too.
You're
Like
no
no, you
longer
got to
a
enter
student
like
athlete at that point because you're not
yeah.
even a student. Like you're about to. There's some players that have missed an entire semester, may have taken a course or two at the community college, but they pretty much missed an entire semester, and that's why I think CBA is important. I think maybe we're slowly getting to this. Maybe we should shout out President Trump for beginning the conversations on this. But I'm going to get into some details for punishments, right? So I already talked about Retzlaff. Already talked about Xavier Lucas. Those situations was here. But why the emergency legislation now? There's no spring transfer portal window in 2026. Remember, we had the 2 windows before. We only got the 1 window now. Where are my notes on the fines? Here, I wanna talk about the fines. I had them somewhere in my notes.
It's
Okay,
pretty
so
soon.
the new penalties are severe, right? They said head coaches face a suspension for up to 50% of the season. That's
Dang.
crazy. And
I
programs
didn't I
also
didn't
get
see that one.
fined. Yeah, it is crazy. That what they can miss. What did you see for the
I saw like some of the fines
it was fines.
mostly. Yeah.
But do these programs give a damn about fines when they're bringing
Not
in
really.
copious of
Heck
like?
no.
If you're in Knoxville, you don't give a damn about a fine here. Take the
Nah.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Take this
Unless you
money.
Rutgers, but I'll get into that later on.
Right, right. Are we ready for that conversation now?
No, we continue this, but I get
Okay.
on. It's about I get on. But
Do you think, we remember the SMU death penalty handed
hmm
down? I believe it was 1987, almost 40 years ago. I don't think the NCAA has that type of audacity now. Because back then,
nah,
I think schools were like, all right, cool, we'll try to do some litigation, but we ain't about to pay a whole. But we done played a bunch of players.
and the
Like,
rules are so bendable now to where it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not that punishable. Like it's punishable, but it's not death penalty punishable.
So, do you think these schools will actually start holding people accountable?
Oh. I mean, most of the schools didn't hold people accountable before.
All right.
So
So my next question: will the NCAA start holding these programs and these players accountable? Like, do they mean what they say, or they're just saying it to say it because it sounds nice?
I think they mean what they say, but they don't mean the 50% suspension part. Like, I don't think that they'll suspend somebody for 50% of the season or a
Yeah.
coach for fifty
Yeah.
percent of the
I
season.
don't think
Like,
they will.
I don't think that unless it's drastic. Like, I get 12 ghost transfers. Like, unless it's something like that, okay. But if it's one person, yeah, fine. He can't play 3 games or something like that.
Right.
Big deal. Like that's really about it. I don't think
Yeah. So
like
yeah,
I
it
think they're
is.
serious,
It is
but they're
50%
only
of a
so
season
serious.
and a fine of 20% of that sport budget. Knoxville wouldn't care. Goddamn, Eugene wouldn't care. Phil Knight say, "How much is it here, man? like, get out of my face, like, you know what I'm saying?" So,
Yeah, Tyson Foods don't care. Well, all Tyson Foods money actually going to Cal,
right,
not
right. They
not
wouldn't
not
care. They wouldn't
football.
care down in Lubbock. They Cody Campbell and them trying to fight the commissioner. Like, they wouldn't give a damn about. Like, some of these teams got $40 million rosters. That's crazy to me. Like, they're not going to give a damn about a ghost transfer. Like, if the right player came available. Speaking of which, it's going to lead me to another discussion, but I think it ties all into. Did you see Pete Golden's response to Dabo Swinney?
No, I didn't.
Oh man, it
There's a
was pure
reason.
satire. Oh yeah, it's pure satire, bro. Like, it is hilarious. Like, he is trolling the hell. Oh damn, he is. I went to the wrong screen. Let me pull up my other browser. But yeah, bro, he trolled the hell out of Dabo Swinney.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. So
Yeah, yeah. He said no rules were broken. If the NCAA had a problem with it, he would have heard from him. Like, it was bad, bro. Let me see. I want to get the quotes. Obviously, there's 2 sides to every story. There's 3, but whatever. Golden said, "So I'm not going to sit up here and use this podium as a grandstand of all that. That's why there's enforcement. That's why we have our compliance office to do all of that." This man said the bottom line with the recruitment of Luke, he came here on an official visit prior to the Fiesta Bowl. I told him I want you to be our Green Dot Mike, but right now we've got a Green Dot Mike. Golden said, and that spot it's not going to be available until we have one available. And yeah, it was bullshit. It was just completely bullshit, bro. Like, this article I'm reading I don't even want to say who it is. Did a terrible job of the quotables. Let me go here, 'cause I miss some of that. What you say? Obviously, I think there's 2 sides to every story. I'm not gonna sit here. Okay, boom, we got all that. Hey, I want you to be our Green Dot Mike, but right now we got a Green Dot Mike, and that spot's not going to be available until we have one available. So I want you. He wants to be here. He said, I said, but right now there ain't a spot available. So if it becomes available, it's yours. Um, and then Dabo Swinney said, listen, this guy's been a head coach for 4 weeks. He said, with detailing the tampering in the winter, I said, you reach out to the GM. I'm going to give him some grace, and you let him know that we know what's going on. And if he doesn't cease communication, I'm going to turn him in. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm with Dabo Swinney here. I thought it was quite clear that, Pete Golden and No Miss was in the wrong. How do you feel about that response?
He was, honestly. I don't know
And
if I
this
would
is
have
over
waited to
Luke
the end of the
Farrelly,
season.
linebacker. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have went to the end of the season and been like, if Ole Miss would have finished with the best season with Clemson, I would have been like, well, if he would have did what I did, he would have finished with a better record or something like that.
Ooh. But you're an elite troll. He isn't. To me, the statement sounded something like,
Or if Pete Gold really wanted to be funny, he should have said like he should have got up to that podium and like, I might contact some more of his players. Like
that's something
just
that
something
like
like that. Like
I don't know if you're not, you may remember, you may know of him, but like Buddy
who? Yeah, I remember
Ryan.
Buddy Ron. I remember
Yeah,
Buddy Ron.
that's something. Oh yeah, of course you're a Bears fan, but that's something that that's something that Buddy Ryan would have said. Like, yeah, see
Yeah.
if he would have done this, and I think is he still the only coordinator that got picked up after the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
I know he
I mean,
was
I don't
like
know much about Buddy Ron. I know of Buddy Ron. I don't know if I watched him coach the game,
he
but
pretty much invented the 4-6 defense,
yeah.
very blitz heavy defense. The '85 Bears defensive coordinator.
Hmm.
Punched a coordinator before when he
Oh, I
was
didn't
with
hear about that
Houston.
story.
Oh no, bro was about that. Like Rex Ryan and what's Rex Ryan brother? They didn't get that moxie from anywhere. They got that from their pa.
What is Rex Ryan brother name?
I see
I
his
just know
face
he
too. The
wasn't
long
Rex.
gray beard. He was with the
Yeah.
Ravens. He was a few places. Saints
Was it the
as
Jets?
well.
What the Browns too?
I think he was. It's gonna kill me. But yeah, so let's talk about this one concern. I think this is gonna take us some time. For every Big Ten program, I always love when Jalen come up with these type of pieces because I know something's on his mind, something is bothering him. And I start first with the first team in the conference alphabetically. It still sounds weird. But let's talk about Illinois. What are some of your concerns for Illinois?
I thought that was so crazy. I remember doing a video. I don't remember what video it was, but I was like, the first like alphabetically, the first Big Ten team is Illinois. Weirdly enough, Illinois' biggest concern to me is defensive back. Um, I don't really wasn't good last year. We didn't really do too much to replace people this year outside of like defensive coordinator. So maybe that
Mhm.
fixes things. But I don't know. Defensive back last year wasn't good. We didn't do a crazy amount of overhaul in that area. So maybe the experience from last year carries over to this year and it helps. But I don't know about that defensive line. I'm not too hyped about either. We lost Gabe Yakas. At times, our defensive line struggled to get pressure. Gabe Yakas is like one of the only people that could get pressure somewhat consistently.
Right.
But even then, he kind of struggled at times. So yeah, Illinois is kind of just defensive line, DBs.
You
And
guys lost a
one
lot
thing
of offensive linemen, right? A lot of starting offensive linemen.
we did, but
Mm.
we also returning like I think three of the
Okay.
main offensive line. I think we returning what three of the five
Mhm.
uh offensive linemen. So I'm not really too concerned about that. And I think the two people that we are replacing, we have already kind of experimented last season at times to see how it did go. Like
Mhm.
the people that are replacing them have gotten experience already. So I'm not really too worried about that. Wide receiver, not too worried. I'm interested to see though, how what's my boy's name? West Virginia, Clement. I'm interested to see what he does this season
Mhm.
because he had a down season last year.
Yeah, he was kind of an afterthought. Is it Hudson? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Hudson, yeah, because his brother played running back, but yeah,
Hmm.
um, interested to see our running back room too. Like that's not a
You guys were
concern,
able
but
to
it's
retain Khalil Valentine.
yep.
How do you feel about this? You guys just got 7 returning starters: and Valentine, Hudson Clement, Dixon, Brandon Henderson, Matthew Bailey, Shaheem Clark, and Tanner Heichel.
Yeah, I want to say Hank Bailey into he had to leave. I think he had to go to the draft or something like that. I don't know. Um,
I,
yeah,
I
it's
I think my biggest concern for you all was alignment. Like I said, you guys lost a lot
hmm
of production on that offensive line, and then that goes to Caden Hauser. Like Luke Ottmeyer, love him, hate him, think he's okay. I think he was a rock for you all the last few seasons.
he was.
And I love the way he played the quarterback position. I know you had some questions about Caden Hauser entering there. I love him as a quarterback. Can they protect him? Can they keep him upright in a conference that's really incredible? And it's a brutal conference to play in as it pertains to physicality. So, and we talked about Illinois, Indiana. Give me your concern about Indiana.
I think my biggest concern for Indiana was like how do they respond after winning a championship? Like, do they like what am I trying to pretend here? What am I trying to say? Like, do they still all live off the high being a championship, or they still live off the high winning that championship, or are they still hungry and want to go out there and try to win a championship again? I know Eddie do, but I don't know about the players. Um, they got Hoover at quarterback, right?
Yep,
He's gonna be the
yep,
starting quarterback, yeah.
my
And
guy. Yep.
honestly, I don't trust him. I don't
Okay,
trust him.
Sonny Dykes.
I actually agree with Sonny. I actually agree with. Yeah, I saw that quote about saying I actually
Whoa, you agree with
agree.
Sonny Dykes?
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually agree with him.
Alrighty. So interceptions is a loaded stat. It's a loaded number
It
because
is.
you're in a conference where it is first to 42, sometimes first to 49,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you are down and you're trying to come back and you throw an interception while you come back, like it's that wasn't fair. That wasn't fair at all for Sonny Dykes to say. And I thought he meant it in a different way. I was like, there's no way he just said that.
Nah,
You know what I'm
I know
saying?
he didn't. Because I've been thinking the same thing about
Alrighty.
Josh
So
about
so so
Hoover
what did
since.
Sonny Dykes do about it? Like, did you ever see Josh Hoover throw an interception and Sonny Dykes approach him the way Jeff Brom approaches his quarterbacks, or the way Kirk Cignetti, approaches his players? Like accountability. That's dual accountability. Yes, it's on Hoover, but also like, what are you doing about it? Like, we're not seeing you say anything to him. Like, and I think that's just going to be a huge chip on their shoulder, honestly.
I don't know.
But
I think Josh Hoover is going to be a significant downgrade from Mendoza.
wow. Wow. Hold on. So coming into this season, coming into the
Yeah.
25 season, you thought Fernando effing Mendoza was better than Josh Hoover?
No.
Okay. I was about to lose it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was about to crash out because okay. All right.
But
So
the heights that Mendoza hit, and I ain't even just talking about highs, man. Like consistency wise, I don't think Hoover will have that.
alrighty. This is my feeling on what's going down in Fort Worth right now. That first year, it may have been Sunday Dykes, either first year or second year down there. And in Fort Worth, we've seen the success that they had. They won a
That's the
lot of
second year.
close games, a lot of shootouts. Max Duggan, I think, protected the ball better than Josh
Yep.
Hoover, but he ain't
They had a
half
first
the
round draft
quarterback.
pick
Yeah, he
at
ain't
wide
half.
receiver.
Yeah, he ain't half the quarterback he is. Now you put him in an environment with a bona fide number one wide receiver and Nick Marsh. Well, what they sell there at Indiana, the commitment to excellence, the way that they work, like he's not going to have a high amount of interceptions this year. I promise you. You see Curtis Rourke, who was great at Ohio, get instantly better at going to Indiana. Fernando Mendoza wasn't who he was this year, last year at Cal. You know what I'm saying? So Josh Hoover, who I think is better than both of them, me personally, I think there's room for success. And the concern I have for Indiana is I don't have a concern. What they had to go through
Really?
this year, I don't. No, I don't. Because I think that this roster, based on talent alone, is better than his previous year's rosters. I truly do believe that. Dude, did you not see what they did in the transfer portal?
I do. I did see what they did,
I don't
but
really have a concern. Back in the day, I would have said, well, they don't have a lot of return of production. Well, he won a championship. They throwing in my theory on return of production. So that's out of there, right? So I don't have a concern for Indiana. I just don't. So who's next on our list alphabetically? Iowa. Talk to me about Iowa. Where you at with Iowa?
my concern kind of was early season schedule. Iowa State, and then I think they have I forget who they have after Iowa State. But I don't think it's going to be a tough opponent. But then I think the 2 weeks after Iowa State, they have Michigan, and then they have Ohio State.
And
So my
Iowa
concern is
State,
kind of
for the record, has zero returning starters. That means zero
yeah,
return of production. Yep.
but it's a rivalry game. I think it's still close.
I don't.
Really, okay.
Yeah, nah, I don't.
Um, but yeah, it's really that Michigan game, Ohio State game. I think they got Washington the week after Ohio State, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a tough
Uh,
game. So yeah, I
yeah,
agree with you with the schedule. Quarterback play is my concern, honestly.
yeah. That's always a concern, though. I didn't want
Is
to.
Jeremy Alinsky going to be the starting quarterback there? If I'm not mistaken, I wish Dina was here to confirm that, but I believe let me search up Iowa QB room real quick. I believe it's Jeremy Alinsky though.
Yeah, I would have went quarterback, but I feel like that's just like like their
Yeah,
quarterbacks are never great.
And Hank Brown. So yeah, it'll probably be Helinski, and he doesn't have a lot of time on field. That'd be my concern. But then again, I trust their coach. We know what Iowa is. They'll find a way to 8 or 9 wins.
Yeah,
We know what they are. They just find a way to win ball games. It's not gonna be sexy, but they just
won't be
do it.
Illinois though. Just like in
Alrighty.
basketball.
Wow.
I wish D now was here. Oh man.
Oh,
The
all right.
one Thursday D is not here, Illinois somehow beats Iowa a couple days before. So
Merlin. I have a bunch of concerns for Merlin.
how are they going to protect
Malik,
Malik Washington? Yeah,
number one question. Another system, right? Pep Hamilton, I think, was their offensive coordinator last year. They have a new coordinator this year. The rigors of that schedule, and many people forget that Maryland started off, what was it, 3-0 last year?
yeah. They started off
Was it
solid.
4
Yeah,
0? It might have been 3-0.
maybe
Might have
it
been
might have
3
been
0.
three
Maybe they
now.
should have started off 4-0. Mike Loxley, I think, is the biggest question.
Oh yeah,
Ha-
he not.
He admitted to losing the locker room in 2024. He seemed like he lost it in 2025 as well. Like, all right, what's keeping them there? The fact that Malik Washington stayed, I think, is incredible. But I don't know. I want Merlin to be great this year. I really do. I don't see it. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, it was just like how they're going to protect Malik. I was looking for a team for this, and Maryland. I found out Maryland was a perfect team. The biggest concern is who's going to be the coach after the season. 'Cause it ain't gonna be Mike Locksley.
I like that one.
Like it ain't gonna be Mike. It ain't gonna be Mike Locksley. I don't know who it's gonna be. It's like I really like Malik Wash. I think he's a good quarterback.
Right. I do too, and I was surprised he stayed. But
Better than
loyalty
Arch Manning. Just saying.
loyalty is everything. Let's talk about the Michigan State
It's not
Spartans.
rage bait either. That's the truth.
Pat Fitzgerald is there. I would say my concern there is that I have no concern about the coach. I have no concern about the culture he's going to provide there in East Lansing. My concern there is just the overall lack of talent, but they will play better than their
Yeah,
talent. Yeah,
yeah. Like they lost
Nick
Aiden
Marsh,
Childs, right?
Aiden
Yeah, they
Childs is
lost Nick
gone. Yeah,
Marsh.
and Aiden Childs I think is at
Uh,
Northwestern now.
Yeah, like they lost some talent. I like Pat Fitzgerald was always a good coach at Northwestern. He would have his down seasons, he would have his up seasons.
Right.
Um, I guess you could say his highs were high at Northwestern, his lows were kind of low because his lows usually like 4 to 2 wins. His highs kind of persisted in Big Ten championship contention.
I like that.
So, but like yeah, coaching concerns just like the whole roster construction. Like how good really are they? How
I,
good is
li-
the product going to be going out to the big like against Big Ten competition? How good are they going to be I don't even know the schedule, but playing Iowa, playing
But guess what? I have the schedule
Illinois.
right here for you, brother. All right, they play Toledo. Then they play Eastern Michigan at Notre Dame, Nebraska. Oh, I can't wait till we talk about Nebraska.
So,
At
ooh,
Wisconsin,
that's two losses right there.
Illinois,
Maybe.
Northwestern, at UCLA, at Michigan. Wow, Washington, Oregon, and Rutgers. That's a tough schedule.
Ooh, okay.
That's a tough
So
schedule.
what?
Yeah, that's
Three
brutal. So,
wins?
yeah, the schedule. I think they'll win. I think they'll play their warrant bowl eligibility. I
Picture
really
they're
think.
pulling off an upset, and it might be against us. That's a funny thing.
Uh, yeah, you might
they're,
be
they're,
right.
they're going to pull off an upset, like,
It's just
oh
my.
yeah, this team gonna be favored. They're gonna be favored going into East Lansing, or Michigan State's
Mm,
gonna be something point underdog going into this person's home, and
those
they're gonna
players are just gonna
somehow
play for
have a
fast,
good
Professor Gerald. I agree with
yeah.
you. And somehow they find a way to win. I'm with you. So let's talk about Michigan Wolverines. I'll say this: the culture for me is the biggest issue. Like,
Really, Kyle
yeah,
Whittingham, Kyle
not
Whittingham
I
was a
love
culture.
no Kyle Whittingham is my dog, right? But Sharon Moore, we seen what happened with him. No quarterback coach for Bryce Underwood a season ago, and then we just saw a coach complimenting how well somebody looked. You know, I don't know if it was like, and then they just hired this really pretty like director of the team or something like that. My concern is the culture and why I believe in Kyle Whittingham and his ability to provide an excellent culture. Michigan is a dumpster fire, bro. I'm gonna try to pull that video up.
But you
You
said
can't
somebody
copy on
complimented how
Twitter
somebody
anymore.
looked. You
Yeah,
can.
bro. You can? Or was that an April Fool's joke?
No, you can. You gotta like. Well, I don't know about on the computer. I know on the phone you can hold it and then post video and then press back and then copy the link, but
Yeah,
that's a little too much.
yeah. We
Um,
were we were cussing bro out. We were like, yo, read the room, dog. Like,
Rearing HR. Yeah. So, my biggest concern for Michigan, I think it was the biggest concern last year. Pass catching. Um, Wide receivers always a question. I feel like they haven't had star wide receivers since who Roman Wilson, Ronnie Bell days, Diamond Peoples Jones. Well, he's a
mm,
little bit before Ronnie Bell and Roman Wilson. But I feel like they've lacked that key pass catcher, despite them having Colston Loveland just 2 seasons ago, soon to be.
mm.
Um,
Yep, you're right.
yeah, like that was one of the concerns going into last season. That's one of my biggest concerns going into this season. How's that help with Bryce Underwood's development?
My fault. My fault. I was trying to pause it.
Oh, no, you're good.
I'm about to load it in 2 hour session here. You're not gonna believe this, and this is recent, by the way. This just happened.
Back right there, Angelique.
Angelique Shingelis from the Detroit News.
The best looking one of the bunch, just so you know, for sure. Yes.
This kid's an idiot, bro. Absolute idiot, bro. And then let me remove this and then go back here. Yeah, so that's what he said. And then, like I said, they also hired a really pretty I don't know, bro. Michigan's doomed. Director of football operations. Let's see if I can pull this up here. I already know what you're gonna say. I think people are about to meet who Jalen really is outside of this show.
What?
I'm about to pull it. You about to see it. It's cool. It's cool. Don't need trip. That's what they just hired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was kind of stupid. Yeah, that was. I don't know, brother. I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. So yeah, that's my concern for Michigan. I don't know if I've given you the answers clearly enough, but yeah, those are some of my concerns for Michigan. Let me close that out. You still there, brother? You look frozen.
Am I still?
No, you good. You
Okay.
good. All right. Next team is Minnesota. How you feeling about the Golden Gophers?
not too good. Wide receivers also. I mean, they haven't had 1,000-yard receivers since 2019.
Mhm.
If I'm not mistaken, they lost 3 or 4 defensive linemen from last season that were like kind of key players.
Mhm.
Uh, and the development of quarterback Lindsey,
Mhm.
getting the first name. Is it Phillip? No, that's a running back, right?
Yeah, yeah. Hold on. I'm
It
drawing a
was,
blank myself.
I don't know why I want to say Phillip Lindsey, but
Is it Drake? Drake,
Drake.
Drake, Drake. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's Drake. You good?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So I was talking to my boy Thrill yesterday, who is the assistant defensive coordinator. I'm sorry, defensive line coach there. And he says he likes a lot of the talent that they have this year, and we were just spitballing, talking about a lot. He said he think that they're more talented this year than last year, and that took me by surprise because they've lost like a really good player like Corey Perch. They still have a really solid running back room, but like he was emphatic about it. So my concern is I'm right there with you, just loss of production. But we'll see. He was kind of, and it didn't come off as like fake either. It came off extremely real to me. Nebraska, you first, cause I got some things I got to say about Nebraska.
Keeping their perfect attendance streak intact.
it's, it's not real.
Is that was it on Monday? I was watching college football. Freaking overreaction Monday. I think I was watching it back, and I think D now mentioned it, and you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
like,
He said
"No,
it's
it's
not
Dylan."
real.
Yeah,
That's like Jalen been saying that for years.
but it's not. I don't care what they say. They're not good enough. They do the
They-
WWE thing where they're like, "Hey, don't put the camera above this part. We're gonna keep it at this
that's what I
part.
was doing.
Make
Straight
sure
tight
it's at this."
angles.
Yeah, like that's what WWE does when they ain't got enough attendance. They lower the lights a little bit.
It just look like shadows up there. Fake people holding signs.
Yeah, they putting out mannequins right there and
Uh-huh.
empty seats. Yeah, but honestly, I I want to say it's consistent coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Rule just isn't a consistent coach. Like he can't have a
Wow.
consistent coaching season
Mm-hmm.
in Lincoln to save his life. I don't know why,
Wow.
but
Wow. And I thought I was gonna be harsh, bro.
yeah, I think that has to be my biggest concern with Nebraska.
um, my concern isn't really the program because the program will be a dumpster fire this year, and I think their
I mean, they're a
schedule.
basketball school now, so that's I
Yeah,
don't think.
yeah, and that just sounds so bad, bro. That they're actually a basketball school now. But let me pull up their schedule really quickly.
Bill Horburn got them to 2 tournaments in 3 seasons.
So they play Ohio, Bowling Green, North Dakota, at Michigan State, Maryland, Indiana, Oregon, Washington, Illinois, Rutgers. So they're gonna lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're gonna lose 7 straight games at the end of the year. Yeah. So it's a brutal schedule. And we talked about this on Reaction Monday. I want to get your opinion on it. Why didn't Anthony Calandria decide to go there after the stud season he had in Mountain West last year at UNLV?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. That the only reason I can think of is money.
Mm-hmm.
Only reason I can think of is money. Other than that, like, because sometimes it just it makes no sense when players do that type stuff. Like they go somewhere and you like, I don't really see the fit, but the money pays good and it don't end up working out. You're like, oh well, I'm not surprised it didn't work out because you went here. Like,
Right.
in reality, this place, or this place would have been better for you. Now they probably would have offered you less money, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You kind of take that chance on.
Whether we like it or not, the resources are still plentiful there, but it's just I don't know.
Yeah. But now
It's
they
a little
for basketball. Fred Hoiberg got
Do Matt
tournaments.
Rule make it through the season?
Yeah, I almost chose my coaching thing that I did for Maryland, for Nebraska. I was like, Matt Rule might get one more year.
Okay.
Might
I
get
think
one more.
I think that's fair. I
Although
think
if
that.
you, although if this season go how you said, oh, that man's fired.
Yeah. You think he's done? Yeah. So Northwestern.
Um,
It's huge QB
no,
for me.
you said for quarterback.
Yeah. It's who is going to be the quarterback?
Yeah, I would maybe it's some St. Charles, but honestly, I'm not an St. Charles fan, so it wouldn't surprise me if it's not.
I'm surprised by that. I'm really surprised by that.
Really, I was when he transferred from Oregon State, but then I watched him in Michigan State, and I was like, he's not that good. So,
Hmm.
um, my biggest concern for Northwestern
And
is,
it's Aiden Childs versus Nico Marichal, if I'm not mistaken.
uh, really my biggest concern. Like I think it has to be wide receiver. I don't know. I don't really trust it. Did they have big roster turnover too?
Ooh, Northwestern?
Yeah,
I believe so. Yep.
yeah. And a team like Northwestern, I feel like they can't have a lot of roster turnover because I feel like it hurts them more than it helps them. But I could be wrong.
Mm. Didn't I
Also,
know
they're not
Chip Kelly
Chicago's
was
team. I
there?
don't care how much they say.
The Northwestern, not
They're
Chicago's team.
no, they're Evanston. But y'all
Why do you think they're trying to be billed as that?
because they want the Chicago players to go there. They want the whole they want that's what people that don't live in Chicago and that live in the suburbs of Chicago do. Oh, you're from Chicago. No, you're not. You're from Naperville.
Right. Nah, I feel that. I feel that.
It's like when y'all want to say y'all from Bmore. Y'all not from Bmore. Y'all from
I've
D.
never said I was from Beatmore. let's make one thing clear. I don't claim, never have claimed Beatmore, never will claim Baltimore. It just won't happen, man. Like, dude, some Bamas, bro. Like, and I just lost every Baltimore viewer that was just watching this show. I don't care. Y'all some Bamas, bro.
Yeah, but it's probably like when somebody want to claim they from the DMV, but they really is from Virginia, but it's not like the DMV part of Virginia.
Everybody from the DMV, if you're not near a metro line, you're not from the DMV. I'm sorry. Ohio State, what's your biggest concern?
Defense.
Mm.
I mean, who Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs, what's the other safety name?
You got
Sonny
Sonny
Styles.
Styles. You got
Yeah.
it's a bunch of them.
Yeah, like they lost some key pieces. How do they replace it? It's Ohio State. We know they're gonna get the talent to replace it, but how will that talent perform on the field? We don't know. And when you replacing potentially what 4 first-round draft picks, 3 potential first-round draft picks, it's a little concerning.
Yeah.
Quarterback is a concern.
You don't like saying?
No, I don't like saying. I feel like
Your quarterbacks be like, I mean, what more did he have to do last year, bro? Completed like 80% of his passes, bro. Like that's not enough. He not kidding enough for you, bro. Like what's going on? Let me pull up Julian Sanders' stats, bro.
Like I feel like he's in the Kyle McCord tier of Ohio State quarterbacks. Kyle McCord was Kyle McCord was good, but in the game he was very underwhelming.
Okay. That's fair.
At Ohio State, Syracuse is pretty good, but
yeah. Well, it was 77 completion percentage, 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. But you think he was just a game manager?
Yeah, like I don't feel like he's.
And for the people who are like me and against saying that, I don't think you're wrong. Because there was times where they needed him to go win some games this year, and that did not happen.
Yeah, I feel that way about Kyle McCord. I feel like Kyle McCord couldn't really do it at Ohio State.
Okay. All right. But I'm a Kyle McCord guy, so,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember you didn't like the fact that I didn't like Kyle McCord. I don't know why. Kyle McCord was kind of
And I was right the next year what he would do at Syracuse. My biggest issue with Ohio State is the schedule. They start out 3-0, then they play you all at Iowa, Maryland, at Indiana, at USC, and Oregon. Those 3 straight teams in a row is crazy. 4 straight. Well, Maryland don't count. But
Well,
Northwestern
that might be Mike Lox's last game.
at Nebraska and Michigan, and of course they'll find a way to be successful. They were really dominating teams in that conference the season ago, but they didn't play Oregon last year, if I'm not mistaken, nor did they play Indiana until the conference championship game. So they got to play both this year. They go at
They
USC.
played all last year.
USC has one of the best return production programs in the country.
Yeah, they avoided all the major games last year. Outside Illinois.
Yeah,
that's
they
the thing.
did.
They played Texas, and then it was like,
And they played Washington and Seattle, and that was like one of their biggest conference games.
Yeah, then after that was Illinois, and everybody's I'm still not really impressed. And then it was like, oh, play Michigan. Still really not impressed by Michigan.
Right.
Like the whole Michigan win. And that's why I didn't choose them to beat. Remember, I think we both chose Indiana.
We both chose Indiana to win the card just because we felt like they hadn't been to the deep water. Talk to me about. Go ahead.
Why we didn't, and that's why I did that. That's why I didn't choose them against Miami either. So
yeah, you didn't. You got a lot of games right in that playoff.
I think I got every game right except for one in that dang whole playoff.
What was the game you didn't get right?
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss
It
versus
might have
Georgia.
been Ole Miss.
Ole Miss and Georgia. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Because you be hating, man, you a Georgia fan for real. Talk to me about Oregon. I think we'll both have the same concern for Oregon.
For Oregon?
Yeah.
I looked at it. I was like, wide receiver. Who's really going to step up? I don't trust Evan Stewart. I don't think Evan Stewart is that full on number 1 wide receiver.
Continue. My apologies, bro. Don't pay no mind. Don't pay me no mind.
Yeah, I don't think Evan Stewart's that full on number 1 wide receiver. Offensive line is a concern. They lost some pieces. Coaching, they lost 2 coordinators. They lost the offense and defensive coordinator.
Well, Stein and Tosh Lupoy. Yep.
Yeah. Now was Tosh Lupoy all that great? He was good last year. Other than that, he was defensive Swiss cheese.
You and your beef with some of these defensive coordinators be so real, bro. And they last for years too, dog.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's just like Tosh Lupoy. He cool, I guess. I don't really trust him. No coordinator I didn't like. That coordinator that freaking USC had for years on Lincoln Riley's staff. He had Oklahoma and at USC. Oh, he was trash.
Alex Grinch.
Alex Grinch.
The garbage. I agree with you there. Yeah, I agree with you there. I can't even disagree with that one. I think you dead on right there. All right, so let's talk about Penn State. I have some concerns here. You can go first, though.
The fact that they got Iowa State's roster.
Yep.
And they got Iowa State head coach who's
who wasn't their first, second, or third, or even fourth, fifth, sixth choice, in my opinion.
Yeah, like they had to settle. Like, yeah, like I feel like the biggest concern really is going to the Big Ten competing this year. Like they'll win some games. They'll win like 7 games.
Will they be happy with that?
No,
that's what they won last year. You know what I'm saying? 8.
Yeah, it's Penn State, and somebody gonna post a graphic on Twitter, be like, James Franklin last season at Penn State 7 wins. Matt Campbell's first season at Penn State 7 wins.
Right, but they're not equal.
Yeah, like I remember it was Lincoln Riley and the coach before Lincoln Riley at USC. That was like, I think in the same amount of seasons they had the same record. Or dude had a better than Lincoln Riley. I forget his name, but yeah, yeah. It's like keeping up with the Joneses. Like, the Big Ten is probably my biggest concern because I don't think it will happen. And
they're no longer a tier 1A or B school, are they?
They're tier B until further notice.
Okay, I would agree with that. But
if when the season starts and we see how they play, then it's like, okay, are they still tier B or are they bumped down again?
I'm with you. I don't even have anything else to add to that. Purdue, the Boilermakers, talk to me about that.
About everything.
Oh man, he said about everything.
What they added like what 50 new players.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I think they had over 50 new players, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think that got how big is their roster turnover. Adding over 50 new players, it's not really ideal. Some players gonna be good, some players gonna be bad. They second year head coach, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking maybe it's third year.
Bro, was it Barry Odom?
Yep. But I don't know. They're a basketball school that don't really care about football. Really rare, but yeah, like their biggest concern is roster turnover. 50 new players. They weren't that good the past 2 seasons.
Let me look at their schedule, see if they have the ability to win some games this year.
They're now a team that we look at as, they're a win. Like, even though they almost beat us, 2 seasons ago?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, boy. Because, man, I tell you, I would have been hurt.
Dang, they won the first 2 games and lost 10 straight last year?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I don't know.
They played Indiana State, Wake Forest, UCLA, Notre Dame, Illinois, Minnesota, Washington. Yeah, that's rough. I really do feel for Barry Odom. Tall task, man, but somebody has to do it. Alrighty, up next, if my thing works. There we go. Up next, Rutgers. Talk to me about Rutgers.
I think my biggest concern was like quarterback. Quarterback, and I guess it'd be consistency. I feel like Greg Schiano has struggled at that recently.
Yeah.
Like,
not less at Rutgers.
You said what?
At both tenures, at Rutgers.
Yeah.
You've seen the highs and the lows.
The lows, yeah. And I feel like the lows is starting to happen now. I feel like it make a team next. I don't know. Do you know their schedule?
Yeah, I can pull it up. Yeah, I had them all ready to go. Give me 1 second. So yeah, Rutgers plays Massachusetts at Boston College, USC, Howard. They do have the ability to start the season 3-1. Indiana, Maryland, Northwestern, Michigan,
5, maybe.
Wisconsin, Nebraska, Penn State. They got a favorable schedule. They avoid Oregon. They avoid Ohio State. Yeah. They avoid Washington. They avoid Illinois. I like their schedule. They can win a lot of games this year.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess quarterback play. I'm not a big fan of Rutgers quarterback. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Rutgers football or basketball. Athletic department is such.
What's your beef with New Jersey?
Well, first of all, New Jersey sucks.
Wow.
That's why it's on the dirty part of the Hudson River. No, just kidding. The whole Hudson River dirty. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Rutgers is like not good except for like volleyball.
I think my biggest issue with Rutgers at the moment is just finances. Like,
resources aren't. Speaking of, I forgot. That's one of the main ones. Finally, it was $78 million like deficit.
And you can't run a program like that.
Yeah, and they was wondering how they was going to spread the money around.
What money? What money are we spreading, bro? We borrowing money at this point, man.
Man, let them get a ghost transfer in the or it goes
one money, man. They don't got money for me and you, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the resources are my biggest issue. Talk to me about UCLA. Bob Chesney is there, old JMU head coach who led his team to the college football playoff. How are you feeling about UCLA at the moment? Finances would have been my answer, but they did just get a $10 million gift for their football program this upcoming season.
That's not enough, though.
It's not, but it's better than owing $78 million. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we look at it in the grand scheme of things, bro.
But I mean, I'm sure UCLA is just where do they go? Like since what the past 2 seasons, like new coach was at James Madison.
Yep.
He was at James Madison for what 2 seasons, right? Because he was there for Kurt.
Chesney was there for 2 seasons and back-to-back successful seasons, by the way.
Yeah, back-to-back successful seasons. Now we've seen Cignetti go somewhere from James Madison, win national championship. For sure, no, that's not happening at UCLA. But main thing is competition, competing. Will it be that potentially?
Right.
But I mean, I think it's just going to be first season woes. Is my biggest concern. You know, how they'll handle the up and downs of the first season. Right. When will the ups show? When will they not? So
that's great. That's honestly a great way to put it, and I agree in a myriad of ways. This is not a concern, but more of a question. How will they utilize Nico Iamaleava? That's kind of where I'm at. Like, you know, what does that utilization look like? We saw at times he just looked horrible last year. Like, they had the inability to move the ball. But we saw at times last year also where I thought they did a really good job with him. I wonder what that offense looks like with Chesney. That'd be a spring camp I'd love to make it to. But is it enough to compete in this conference this year? I think that is my biggest concern for them.
I'll tell you what to do. They push him to the transfer portal. He's not good. What?
Whoa. You don't think Nico's good? Really?
No.
And you've said that before. Like, what is your beef with him?
He's not good. He can't throw a deep pass consistently, accurately. Feel like he struggled just accuracy. Was it last season he was kind of like a turnover machine? Like it was last season.
He had 13-7, 19-5 before that, 2-0. He's always somewhere around 64, completion percentage. He did run for 500 yards last year. I think he's a good quarterback. He's just in the wrong system.
He's just very inconsistent with a low ceiling.
He is. Do you like the talent that they have, though? They have some talent, bro. They got Wayne Knight. They got Mikey Matthews, who I thought was going to take off last year. I gotta look at his stats last year.
They have talent, but I don't know if they have enough.
Yeah, they might not have enough, but I think they could be bowl eligible though. Just looking at the pieces on this team. Leland Smith had a great season a season ago. Aiden Mizell is there now from Florida. They got some talent. I was just our lads is finally starting to update their depth charts because they passed them out, which you already knew. When you should go to fall camp and spring camp. But that's interesting. So we do got a couple of teams remaining. Let me
USC.
USC. What's your concerns about USC?
They lost both McKay and
Jacoby Lane.
Yeah. I that's my biggest concern is how to replace those two. I mean, that was one of the best receiving duos in college 100%. Football, not just Big Ten. So it's like, how do you replace that production? And we know Lincoln Riley has been consistent at getting good wide receivers. Although at USC after Jordan Addison, I felt like he kind of struggled. They was hoping Zachariah Brand should be there, and he kind of wasn't. Actually, he wasn't at all.
Yeah, he didn't fit their system, and two, they didn't try to help him fit their system either. Because we saw him ball out at Georgia this past season.
Yeah. But we saw them two ball out this season, and how they replaced that, I don't know. You still got a quarterback, Jordan Mayava. He's also been an Archman, just to let you know. But
they get it Terrell Anderson from NC State. That's a great pickup. We had 40 catches and over 600 yards last year with them. I think the quarterback for Tanook Hines is a true sophomore. Yeah. I think he played pretty well a season ago. So, no, not Jacoby Lane and Mikal Lemon, but if they understand the system, I think they'll have the ability to have some success.
Yeah.
But you're right. The wide receiver room is by far the biggest concern. As I'm looking at this roster right now, I do like that they have I think their defense is going to be legit this year. I think their defense is going to be legit this year, especially with Gary Patterson as defensive coordinator.
Lincoln
And they got a lot of return of production, bro. I think their defense is going to be legit this year. I really do. But you're right. The wide receiver room is suspect at the moment. But, what are you going to do about it? I think is my next question. We got a couple more teams left. Washington. What is your concern?
A couple more teams? Washington, I thought Washington was the last team.
Wisconsin's last.
I forgot all about Wisconsin.
Are they not a Big Ten team anymore? Is that what you just said?
I mean, switch the style up, they dang near not.
Luke Fickle tried to make it happen, didn't he?
Washington is, they had the whole dispute about quarterback.
Nailed it. You nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. Yes, continue. My fault.
Oh yeah, they had the whole dispute about that. Whatever was what was the ruling? Because they
threatened to take him to court, and his agent was upset with him, and I guess he decided to back because the agent just got him some money when he decided to do that. So
yeah, because I remember it was he's like, yeah, I'm announcing my commitment or my thing is staying at Washington. Mm-hmm. Then it was like, hold on, I got more money.
Right.
But it's probably LSU.
I think he would have been a better fit. I'm not gonna lie, LSU in that offense.
But
going fast, shorter quarterback.
It's how does that look?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like you kind of don't want to be there.
Was it the money or was it the talent? Was it losing Jonah Coleman? Was it losing Denzel Boston?
Boston, yeah.
Yeah, those are some of the questions that I have. Like, what was the reason you wanted to go? Was it really money oriented? Did you not think there was enough talent there? And they do have some talent there.
It had to be money oriented. I mean, if he's going to leave before, what's the reason he's going to leave afterwards?
Yeah, you're right about that.
Like he seen that they had the talent that they did and was like, oh, I want to stay. Like, I'm sorry, if you sign a contract and do a deep dive on the roster afterwards, that's stupid.
Yeah. Don't let the money cloud your judgment, bro. Like you should never let that happen. So finally, we're gonna talk about Wisconsin. What is your concern there? I will say this about their program, and I figured you were gonna say that they did the opposite of what most teams do. Most teams would have got rid of Luke Fickell, but they really believe in him. So hopefully he has some type of buy-in. So talk to me about your concerns with Wisconsin.
Who's gonna be their coach next year?
Wow.
Wide receiver, running back, quarterback, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, filling the whole coaching staff after this season.
Who the general manager, AD.
It's gonna be about everything. Cause boy, I tell you that Lincoln Riley hired. It was the gun jammed on him because
the gun jammed on the Luke Fickell hire.
yeah, man. Luke Fickell, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. They're not a Big Ten team no more. They try to turn themselves to a finesse team. Boy,
they was trying to run that Big 12 offense. It just man. Air raid just didn't quite work. So are you not hopeful for the program this year? Do you think they can have some success and pull up their schedule in the second?
I think it's gonna be like 4 wins, 5 wins. We know Luke.
That's rough. Let me pull up their schedule while we're talking about that.
Hey,
pull it up.
I'm always saying Luke Fickell should have been one of the coaches that should have just stayed at the group of 5 at the time level. Like,
wow, they don't play Indiana, they don't play Oregon, they don't play Michigan, they don't play Illinois.
Yes, you don't drink the punch.
Let me see the roster before I say that. So they do got a Busama.
It might look red, it might look good, but
quarterback is Colton Joseph or Carter Smith. It's the talent, brother. It's the talent.
Yeah. The punch might look vegan and it might look drinkable.
They got that red 40 in it, man. I can't have it, man. You got any final statements, man? Longer episode than we normally do. This is fun, though.
Craziest thing earlier, too.
What's that?
I was talking to somebody. they was talking about drinking something, and I was like, you know, they was talking about drinking something, and I mentioned Kool-Aid. And, I mentioned how you put sugar in Kool-Aid. They was like, they don't put sugar in their Kool-Aid. I was like, wait, you mean like the little Kool-Aid, like get the little
No,
Kool-Aid
the little container got a little bit of sugar in it. I think.
Yeah, little container that you put in the little water bottles do.
Mm.
I was like, oh, she's talking about that. It was like, well, either the water bottle or the jugs. I'm like, are you crazy? I was like,
alrighty, so is this person melanated? Ding 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 ding.
I was like,
and I know who you're talking about too. Got him. I'm not gonna say her name. I'll say it when I talk to you on the phone next.
I was like, hey, that's crazy.
That's wild. So she's out here drinking Crystal Light without the light.
I dang near stopped talking to you because of that. That's wild.
I just use the regular
Like,
Kool-Aid.
when you go over somebody's house, you drink
If
Kool-Aid, you like,
come home and I see a Kool-Aid picture and that drink just because it don't really have a legitimate flavor either, just food coloring. That drink just tastes like flavored water, bro. Like, man, I'm throwing a picture at them, bro, and I don't even believe in domestic violence, bro. I'm not taking the picture on that show, though.
I couldn't imagine if I went over like their grandma's house, Kool-Aid. I'm like, what's this?
Bruh. God bless the dead. My Uncle Irvin knew how to make Kool-Aid. He gonna use half of the sugar container, bruh. But that Kool-Aid was A1, dog.
I had to stop drinking. Oh, I haven't had Kool-Aid in a minute.
Yeah, me either. I mean, we're adults now. You shouldn't be still drinking Kool-Aid. Drink some water, some high quality H2O. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're adults now, man.
See, I started drinking Kool-Aid around like 9th grade. That just because I started drinking it too much and it was so much sugar. So I was like, yeah, I gotta stop drinking.
Right.
It's time
for the percolator. Like, he's probably up after drinking that Kool-Aid, bro.
It was like at some point the sweetness just got too much, and I was like, yeah, I got.
Yeah, you start watering that joint down. Yeah, that's when you know it's the end for Kool-Aid, man. That's
yeah.
Funny,
Now I just drink lemonade and water and
wow.
like Cajun pepper.
That's crazy. They do got a lemonade Kool-Aid packet, bro. Like, you want Shorty to cook you up some of the Kool-Aid with a lemonade packet without the sugar, bro. Like,
I need sugar in my lemonade too. I ain't gonna
how much aura did she lose when she said that?
A lot. I tell.
Yeah, I can only imagine that being like a Martin episode, bro.
Like I just looked. I was like, what you mean? Don't put no. That's looking concerning. Are
you okay? Like, that'd have been my response. You're like, you need help. Like, that's crazy, dog.
Well, how people make their Kool-Aid? Do they just make Kool-Aid without sugar? I don't know.
Like, you got some people who pizzazz it up. Like, my dad makes tea. He's known for his tea. He'll make a sweet tea, mix it with like either like some pineapple juice or like some Sunny D, but he's still like cooking up. But like just Kool-Aid with no sugar is crazy. You're demented, and you drink it and you think it's good. Something is wrong with you. Just drink water, darling. That's all you have to drink. Just drink water, bro.
You know what? On Saturday, I'm gonna ask a couple people, be like, "Hey, y'all make Kool-Aid? I'll put sugar in it."
Man, yeah, you gonna be around some people that I need to know answers to. Hey, do one better, bro. Take the Kool-Aid packet out there. Take a picture out there. Take some water out there. Say, hey, make me some Kool-Aid, bro. And see if they say where the sugar at, bro. If they don't ask where the sugar at, bro, I want to say their name so bad, but I can't, bro. But I know exactly who not gonna put some sugar in it. I tell you who will put some sugar in it. Blondie will put some sugar in it. I guarantee you she would.
I think Kels would too.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think Kels would too.
I don't know if that continent would, though. The continent might not. Might not.
See, me and Kels got similar tastes.
Yeah. I think Kels would be a good fit for it. Yeah. But the continent, bro, she ain't putting sugar in it, bro. I guarantee you, she ain't putting sugar in it. She gonna tell Roberto, hey, man, make this.
Oh, man.
Hey, yo. Oh, man. I hope they never see this episode.
I'm so glad they don't know. They're like,
They're gonna flame me, bro. They're gonna be like, who this guy who look like a girl who telling me how to make Kool-Aid, bro? And they gonna flame this. Hey, man, I'm telling you, man. That's always like to say.
Hold on. What's the song? Code 45. Is it a must to know that song?
What's called? What you talking about?
Ain't like a song like by Afro Man, I think is dude's name.
Code 45. He got a song called Code 45.
I think.
I know that because I got la da 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 da.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know that song. But
Yeah.
that song like Code 45. I'm like, I didn't know that song and the person name that song.
You mean if you're melanated, you gotta know that song?
Yeah. I was like,
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't deem that as one of the
See,
songs.
the person name that start with an A.
Yeah.
And is a consonant.
The continent, yeah.
Yeah, they look
No,
at, don't know this
no,
thing?
she's
You
completely
what?
off base with that
I was
one.
like,
I can say if she said, you got to know this is how you do it, or you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Summertime by Fresh Prince,
I was
like, I
I'm
mean,
like, oh no, I
even
didn't know this
some of
was
the
Afro
Beyonce
Man.
big hits, but nah, Afro Man, Because I Got High. If you melanated, that's the only song you need to know. And
Yeah.
now he got the other jump, man. Lick 'em low, Lisa. Have you seen that video, bro? You haven't heard about that situation?
No.
The cops ran in his crib, and he just got I think he won a case about free speech against him. He made songs about all the cops who ran in his crib.
Oh, okay, I didn't
And
know.
one of them was just like she's I'm trying to think of the correct term because I'm not trying to get canceled. Lesbian. She's a lesbian officer. He got
Okay.
a song called "Lick 'Em Low, Lisa," bro. Look it up and call me after this, bro. I would play it on here, but I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? It's called "Lick 'Em Low, Lisa." Play that song, bro. I'm telling you, and then you going, yeah, that's not crazy.
See, but the whole thing about the Kool-Aid thing is they use seasoning with their food, so I kind of trust them.
What type of seasoning? The seasoning matter, bro.
Oh,
Some
no.
people think salt and pepper is
Food got flavor
seasoning.
when I eat it, so that's all I'm gonna say.
The continent? Or who you talking about?
The
Huh?
family, like the family.
The family? Oh, well, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So-
You gotta think, you know what I'm saying? One of the Latino, bro, they know how to, you know what I'm saying? They know how to season up, bro. Like, yeah, for sure. Yes, it's him. It's not the continent. It might be the continent. I don't know.
No, see, but she be cooking. She be cooking
Man,
too.
I'm telling you what happened.
Bad. It ain't bad.
The continent be cooking, and you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The Latino come in and season that joint up. I already know, bro. Hey, next time you see my dog, ask him if he eat hot sauce, bro.
Oh, they do. They
What kind of hot sauce they eat?
I don't know. I didn't ask, but we had a discussion on Sunday, and they both mentioned they like hot sauce.
You gotta ask them what hot sauce, cause some people like do Kahlua. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm Louisiana and
Louisiana
Red
Crystal.
What the fuck is Louisiana? Nigga, just Louisiana.
Okay, Louisiana hot sauce. That's one hot sauce.
They
I like
want the
Crystal.
yellow. They want the yellow wrapper.
No. I get it's the green wrapper. It's called Crystal. Yeah, you know. Matter of fact, I got. Hold on, I got a bottle of it right now.
Hey, Boogie is hilarious, bro. Boogie is hilarious. Yeah, no, hot sauce
This is
just
right here,
Louisiana.
cuz.
I ain't never saw that one. Boy, that's great
You
value.
ain't never
bro.
seen this hot sauce, man. See. Hey, ask your dad about this hot sauce. Your mama might not know, but your pops know about this hot sauce. You know?
Yeah, no, I don't know about that. Yeah,
I know the
Louisiana.
people watching this show right now. They're like, yo, what are they talking about?
The one with the yellow wrapper, the Louisiana hot sauce, the one with the yellow wrapper.
I've had that
is
one
good.
before.
And the red
Try
hot.
this one.
I think it's called Frank's Red Hot. It's really good.
Frank's Red
But,
Hot?
Yeah. You don't like it? I grew up on that hot sauce, so.
You did. Wait till you try this one. Wait till you try this one.
But
I'm
all
going to
the
bring this
little-
one to Charlotte.
The little Tabasco.
That's the best hot sauce smoking. You
all
ever
that
had Texas Pete? I don't like Tabasco.
Nah,
You ever
disgusting.
Texas Pete is disgusting?
Yes.
What is wrong with your taste buds, bro? You don't like Texas Pete?
No.
Man, you eat collard greens, bro?
Yeah, collard greens are good.
What they put in your collard greens? Like turkey necks?
Yeah.
Ham? Okay.
Ham,
Some people do
turkey.
ham hocks. Yeah. Yeah, I miss,
Depending on if my mom cooking or if my grandma cooking it.
Oh yeah, your grandmom is your mom's
No, my
dad's
dad.
mom. Okay, yeah, I know grandma be cooking, don't she? No
Actually,
old
my
school.
mom's tastes better.
For real?
Yeah, my
Your
grandma
mom's
loses
greens?
that. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man,
yeah,
grandma losing a
yeah.
step.
Yeah,
I'm
she
gonna
loses.
use this as
Oh,
blackmail. I'm gonna record this segment and send it to your grandmother, bro.
oh. Hey, did you see what Boogie put in the chat?
What'd he say?
He said this man can't teach. Said his schedule.
Hold on, let me see.
Man, that's hilarious. He said to like right where you was going off
Oh
together.
yeah, yeah, man. You gotta let niggas know, man. You gotta did I say that live?
I was trying not to.
I forgot we was live for a
I
second.
did. That's why I said that man, but yeah. Oh man.
Hey, yo, we've been live too long. Cause I always like to say there's no more victories in the sport that survived the fastest one. College football is the greatest regular season. Until next time, you all take care. I will be live tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Governor College Football. And we'll be live on this show next Thursday, 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You all take care.